गुड इवनिंग बच्चों। ये बहुत खुशी की बात है कि बहुत सारे बच्चों का हमारे इंस्टीट्यूट में जिन्होंने सजेशन लिया था, हमारे इंस्टीट्यूट से फीडबैक लिया था, मॉक इंटरव्यू प्रोग्राम में इनरोल किया था, इन्होंने उनका सिलेक्शन हुआ है। और आज मैं एक वीडियो जो डाल रहा हूँ ये मॉक इंटरव्यू से रिलेटेड है। हमने इनका असेसमेंट किया था। इनका नाम मीनाक्षी है और ये काफ़ी अच्छा इनका इंटरव्यू रहा था। बहुत बेहतरीन, बहुत अच्छी तरह से बोला इन्होंने। और हमने आप एक लिस्ट मैं दिखा रहा हूँ, उस लिस्ट में इनको हमने जो फरवरी में एसेस किया था उसमें हमने इनको फाइनल कैटेगरी में रखा था। फाइनल मीन्स फाइनली सेलेक्टेड हो जाएंगी ये। उस कैटेगरी में हमने 3 कैटेगरी में डिवाइड किया था बच्चों को, फाइनल, बॉर्डर लाइन एंड लेस चांसेस। ठीक है ना। तो ये फाइनल वाली कैटेगरी में थी और हम लोग को पूरा विश्वास था कि ये सेलेक्ट हो जाएंगी। बहुत अच्छा इंटरव्यू। आगे इनका इंटरव्यू है, मॉक इंटरव्यू जो उस समय लिया गया था। काइंडली उसको देखिए और आपको बहुत सारा उससे फ़ायदा होगा। हमारे प्रोग्राम, इंटरव्यू प्रोग्राम के बारे में पता चलेगा। काइंडली मीनाक्षी का वीडियो आप देखें एंड गेट बेनिफिटेड फ्रॉम इट। थैंक यू।
Basically introduced on the recommendation of Nachiket More Committee, and their basic purpose was to for financial inclusion of all the people, like to get them into the mainstream of the economy. They were introduced, and they are only for the purpose of taking deposit, and they do not lend credit to the rural population or any other population of the society that are payment bank.
Okay, what are scheduled banks?
Scheduled bank, they are the banks that are mentioned in the second schedule of RBI Act 1934.
Okay, is there any other criteria?
Ma'am, I only know this much.
Okay. Okay. Recently in news, a few of the payment banks have been accorded scheduled commercial bank status. Scheduled bank status.
Yes,
What's your take on this? What's the benefit or what's the concern, do you think?
I have read about this, that payment bank is given the status of scheduled bank, and India's post payment bank is also given this status, but I'm not aware of what are the benefits of this.
Generally, what you can think of as a banker, what you can think of the benefits of getting the scheduled bank status?
Ma'am, according to me, what I feel is the scheduled banks, they can lend credit to
Right.
yes. So if they will be under the Scheduled Bank Act, then they will also be able to give credit to the different section of the society. So that is going to be a greatest advantage of this.
Okay, good, Menakshi. Do you have idea about Negotiable Instrument Act?
Yes, ma'am. Negotiable Instrument Act came into force in 1881.
Okay. Anything else?
And ma'am, Negotiable Instrument Act, under this comes the negotiable instrument that are basically used to make the payments.
What are the different types of instruments?
Bill of exchange, checks are there, and when there are, I think, some commercial paper, I guess.
Okay, no issues. Tell me, have you heard of the term neobanks?
New banks? No, ma'am, I'm not aware of it.
Okay. What is inflation?
Inflation is the rise in the price of the goods and the commodity price.
Okay. So rising in prices, do you find any positive impact of inflation?
As far as inflation is good for the economy, but if it is in limited extent.
How is it beneficial for the economy?
It is beneficial for the economy, the monetary value of the rupee maintains when inflation is rising at a constant price, and it makes our economy more competitive.
Okay, yeah. What is base rate?
Sorry, ma'am. Can you
Base
repeat
rate.
that?
What is base rate?
Base rate is the rate at which I'm not able to recall it right now.
Okay, the minimum lending rates. Uh, okay, no issues. Okay, tell me, what do you mean by monetary policy?
Monetary policy is generally released by Reserve Bank of India. To it has some instrument under it, the monetary policy instrument through which Reserve Bank of India control the liquidity in the economy.
Okay, explain please.
For example, ma'am, there are repo rate, reverse repo rate,
Mhm.
statutory liquidity ratio, and there is cash reserve ratio.
Okay, so what do you mean by generally regulated by RBI? Why have you used the term generally? Is there any special case when it's being regulated by some other institution also or organization? You have used that monetary policy is generally regulated by RBI.
Uh, I didn't, ma'am.
Oh, it's okay. Uh, Tell me other tools other than the repo rate, CRR, SLR, other tools of monetary policy.
Then there are qualitative measures as well that can be used.
Yeah,
For example, there is moral suasion, and
right.
in that RBI can put pressure on the bank to follow certain guidelines, and
Okay.
RBI can also give direct guidelines to the bank. And suppose if they are undergoing some crisis, so they can give them the guidelines to perform according to their guidelines.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Tell me, what are priority sector lending certificates?
Priority sector lending certificates. Uh, there is some criteria that RBI has decided according to which the banks they have to lend some proportion of their uh,
What proportion?
ANBC, some proportion of their ANBC to priority sector for the
How much?
development of the sector.
How much?
For ma'am, commercial bank it's 40%,
Mhm.
and for RRBs it's 75%. And when
Okay.
talking about the priority sector lending certificates, if the banks are not able to meet the this criteria of lending to rural areas, then in that case, what they do is they suppose there's a bank and it has given some extra credit other than the priority sector lending.
Mhm.
So that extra credit will be transferred to the bank that is not able to fulfill its criteria of priority sector lending.
Mhm. What you have mentioned that in rural areas. Okay, so is only priority sector lending is applicable in for lending in rural areas?
No, ma'am.
What are the different sectors?
There are so many, there are total 8 different sectors. For example, education is there, small industries are there, agriculture is there, and export, import, and the other sectors for MSME is also there.
Okay, good. Recently Rबीआई ने एक announcement की है, first global hackathon. Do you have any idea about it?
Ma'am, it was Harbinger Hackathon.
Good. Yes. What is uh, just tell me, how is it going to be beneficial? What facilities will it provide, or how is it going to be beneficial to?
Ma'am, I'm not able to recall this right now, but it is something related to inculcating digital these
Yes, you
instruments
are going
in the,
in the right direction. You can,
but I do not know it properly. So,
it's okay. It's fine. Uh, I think from banking awareness side, I'm done. Okay. So I'll jump on the feedback directly.
okay, ma'am.
Uh, is it okay if I give?
Yeah, yeah, fine. You give the feedback and you can leave for your work.
Okay. So Meenakshi, one thing that I observed, that you just wait for the question to get over. Okay, just like where I just asked you, have you heard of the term negotiable instrument? You started explaining the Negotiable Instrument Act commenced in this and this year. Okay, so maybe the chances are the panel members were not interested in asking all these. You just say yes or no. Just listen to the question, take a 4 to 4 second gap, and answer it.
Okay, ma'am.
Otherwise, what will happen that if somehow you are going to say some keywords or say some terms, right, which you might not be very aware of, or which you not might be very confident of, they are going to grill you on that. So don't serve anything on their platter to ask you question. Okay. So
Okay,
just wait for, otherwise, personality wise, mannerism wise, everything was very perfect. You are confident, you have good knowledge, you have good knowledge of banking awareness. You just need to brush up some concepts, and I think you will fetch good marks. You will really fetch good marks. And I'll just say that be cool and calm and just listen to them and reply. Okay.
okay, ma'am.
No.
Otherwise, everything was perfect from me.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. All the best, Menakshi. I'll
Thank you.
take your leave. Okay.
Okay.
Have a nice day, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. You too. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye. So okay. Now Pankaj sir will take the lead, Meenakshi, because he has also got some work. Okay, Pankaj sir will ask some questions.
Unmute yourself, Pratyush.
Okay, sorry.
Priyadarshi,
Sorry. Pankaj sir will take the lead, okay, and he has some work, so he will ask some 4 5 questions from you, from his sector, okay. Then we'll start it properly, okay. So
Okay, sir.
this is already started, but we'll start it in the different way, okay. Let him ask, okay.
Okay, sir.
okay, so good evening, Meenakshi, welcome.
Good evening, sir.
Yes. Okay, so can you please tell me something about hedge fund? What is a hedge fund? How is
Sir,
it
I
different from
haven't
mutual
heard
fund?
of this,
Okay,
but I will read up on this later.
okay, fine. So, do you know a single securities market code? Any idea about it?
No, sir.
Okay, so any idea about bankruptcy and solvency code?
Yes, sir. Under this act, bank are they are given some rights.
Yeah, please go on.
Yes, sir. So that they can recover their loans. Like if there is NPA, some non-performing asset, they are like able to sell the security, whatever the customer have put with the bank. So
No,
that
it's
is
not like that. Bankruptcy and solvency code is something that earlier for the objective of you must have heard of ease of doing business, right?
yes,
So
sir.
government is trying to push some reforms to regarding that. So it is trying to minimize the time of operational and legal time for winding up the companies in case they go bankrupt or insolvent. So that's why it has been proposed. Okay. So okay, you tell me something about mm, Basel.
Basel norms. Yes, sir.
So when did it come into existence?
Sir, in 1998, I think Basel I norms.
What is Basel? How did this name originate?
Sir, Bank of International Settlement. It's in Basel basically, and they give guidelines for.
Which country in which country is Basel located?
Sir, in Switzerland.
Okay, yeah, please go on.
Yes, sir. So these are basically there are certain parameters that bank has to maintain with them. For example, there is a capital adequacy ratio, so that in case of crisis, the bank will be able to absorb that shock.
Okay, fine. So tell me that is NABARD uh, uh, supposed to implement this? So NABARD comes under the Basel framework in India.
Sir, I'm not aware of it.
Okay. So, okay. Mm, you have heard the word of bad bank concept.
Yes, sir. Bad bank concept I have heard of.
So, what is a bad bank?
Sir, these
Can
are
you
the
please?
banks. They basically what they do is they purchase the bad loans from the bank at certain rate, and then they pay the bank in turn, so that the bank can clear off their bad loans, and in the balance sheet they can have only the good loans.
So how do you think it is going to impact the Indian finance banking industry?
Sir, if they're if they will purchase the bad loans from the bank, and the reputation of that bank will be maintained, that will going to be helpful for the bank. And another thing is, sir, the non-performing assets that are there, they will be resolved because they will deal with these bad loans according to their own mechanism. So I think that will be
So yeah, so
beneficial.
in terms, see what happens that if they are able to clear their NPAs and all those bad assets, so they will be more, they will be more able to focus more on their own business rather than focusing much on the NPAs and all that stuff. So okay, anyway, you know the word, you know the term depositories.
Sir, I have read about it, but I'm not able to recall that right now.
Okay, so how is it related? I mean, in which sector there is a role for depositories? Okay,
Sir,
okay, no problem. Okay, so uh, you know swaps.
no, sir.
Okay, you don't know swaps. So tell me something about FIIs. You know FIIs.
Yes, sir. They are foreign institutional investment,
So
and
how? Okay, okay, yeah. Please go on.
yes, sir. When the foreign companies they invest some they purchase some share of the Indian company, but they do not basically regulate the company. That is, their share are not that much that they could regulate the company. They are basically for the short-term profit.
So why they can't have long-term profit?
Sir, if they will invest in the company in huge they will have majority of the stakes, then it will be called foreign direct investment.
Okay, okay. We'll discuss it later. So okay, tell me. Uh, you know cryptocurrency.
Yes, sir. Cryptocurrency.
Can you please tell me some of the risks that is associated with how cryptocurrency is going to as pose a threat to the Indian banking system or
Sir,
Indian financial market?
yes, sir. So cryptocurrency are basically the currencies. They are the virtual currency that work on the principle of blockchain technology, but they are volatile in nature. That is, they are not. There is no regulatory body as of now that could regulate them in the Indian market or any other market. So if the people they will invest in that, so there are chances that they might go into the losses. So that's how they are going to affect the Indian
So how is
economy.
it different from a digital currency recently proposed by the RBI? What is the basic difference between a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin and then digital currency proposed by RBI?
So, sir, the basic difference is that the currency that RBI will launch, it will be regulated by RBI. So, the volatility factor that is the major risk factor in cryptocurrency that will not be there.
Okay, the thing is that it will be it's a digital currency is not like it's basically a centralized system. So the cryptocurrency was initially proposed to make a decentralized systems. Okay, so that purpose is not solved. This is something different. This is something different. This digital currency proposed by RBI. Okay, so uh, you know this SEBI. What is SEBI?
Sir, it is Securities Exchange Board of India.
So it covers listed securities or unlisted securities.
Sir, it covers listed securities.
Then who covers the unlisted securities?
Sir, I'm not sure about it. Like, I do not even know.
Okay. So, mm, tell me, you must have heard about this Russia-Ukraine crisis these days going on. Okay.
Yes,
So, how
sir.
do you think it is going to impact the Indian financial industry, Indian financial market?
Sir, there is crises that are going on in between Russia and Ukraine. So,
Hmm.
sir, they are also the oil exporting countries, and they have just stopped like exporting the oil. And in that case, sir, the prices of oil they will be raised, and so that will impact Indian economy as well because 80% of the oil and oil products we import from other countries, and they are one of the like largest countries that export these things. So that's how.
So, how it is going to impact Indian markets?
Sir, the prices they will be raised, and in long term, that is going to affect the economy because how we will like purchase it because the prices that will go up and
Okay.
people will not be able to purchase.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So, you have do you think there is a relationship between equity prices and gold prices in general?
No, sir, I'm not aware of it.
You know, volatility index, VIX.
No, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine, Meenakshi. That's all from my side. So I would like to tell you that you are good. You have some means your concepts are clear, but still you need to work upon your some of the financial terminologies. Okay, some of
Sir,
the financial
actually, I
terminology.
haven't covered these topics like these Securities Exchange Board of India and these all these concepts that are there.
So you must do that because these are the very important parts of the financial system, Indian financial system, right? So, so you must be as a bank manager, you are expected to understand at least the basics of how the things are governed, how the means how the entire financial system works. Okay, so you are expected and you must try to make a list of these financial intermediaries and basic terminologies, and then financial happenings around the world, which is going to impact the Indian finance industry. And then you prepare a list of that, and then you can search Google or any authentic sources. Okay, and
Okay,
then
sir.
you should be prepared for this because you might be asked. You are It is a high probability that you can be asked on the financial market. And as a bank manager, you are expected to know all these things because if you don't know these things, how will you deal with stakeholders, customers, and how will you understand the business, how the things are going to affect your banking business. So everything is fine. You just work upon those things, and you'll feel more confident. Okay.
Okay,
So,
sir.
so all the best from my side. And now, Priyadarshi sir will
Okay,
take you
so
over, and then
you
proceed.
you want to leave, Pankaj sir?
No, I'll be there. I will be there. I'll be there. You can please go on.
Okay,
I'll be there.
fine. Okay, fine. So, Meenakshi,
Yes, sir.
so you are from Karnal, right?
Yes, sir.
Karnal, which state?
Sir, Haryana.
This is from Haryana. So, you have written that your hobby is novel reading and mobile photography. What is this mobile photography?
Sir, there are this in recent days there is this culture of clicking photographs through your phone
Hmm.
because there are creators out there who cannot afford a DSLR, so they just create click picture through their phone and then post it on social media.
Okay,
I
what
even
kind of
have,
pictures do you click?
sir, I like clicking pictures that connect me to the nature. Basically, I
Okay.
am into nature photography.
So where do you post it? These photos?
Sir, I have an Instagram account with around 1.5K followers. I just started it around 3 months ago.
So why do not you pursue the photography as your passion is there? You want to, you are clicking pictures and you have got around thousands of followers there. So why photography is also can be pursued as a career?
Yes, sir. I am aware of it that I can pursue this as a career, but sir, I want to pursue it as a hobby only. Sir,
Okay,
I do not want to grow into a professional photographer.
okay. So your other hobby is like listening to music. What kind of music do you listen?
Sir, basically, I listen to music that involves like high beats and all these things. Like
Yes.
loud music, I like.
Loud music. Tell me two, three bands who are dealing in these kind of music. Band names.
Sir, my favorite one is Linkin Park, though that band is not working these days because its main leader he died. But that is still my favorite. And another one is Sir Imagine Dragons,
Okay.
and Sir One Republic is also there.
Okay. So you are not much interested in Indian music.
Sir, I am interested in Indian music, but I do not listen to those music because my interest lies in these kind of songs only.
How did you grow with these interests? You are living in a society where I think in Haryana it's a kind of what we see and watch in the news and all, that is a really conservative society. Can I take a reference that from due to that conservative thinking, it is a rebellion under you, inside you, that has revolted against the Indian music and started listening to the foreign music and high beat notes and all these high beat musics.
No, sir, I do not say it that way. I like Indian music as well. But normally, what happens with me is there is loud music. They help me control my thoughts. Like I can manage my thoughts in an efficient way when I listen to these kind of music. On the other hand, when I feel little low or something, then I listen to this serene music, the Indian music, basically.
Okay, who is the governor of Haryana?
Sir, the governor of Haryana is Mr. Bandaru Dattaria ji.
Okay, who is the CM?
Sir, it's Mr. Manohar Lal Khattar.
Okay, so Manohar Lal Khattar and your Karnal has got some connection. Tell me that.
Sir, he is from Karnal itself, and yes, sir.
And
So Karnal is known as the CM city.
he is MLA from there, right? He is MLA from that legislative assembly, constituency, from that constituency. Okay, so he has got the political connection. And he's native of Karnal also.
Yes, sir.
Okay, he's MLA from there, native also, right? So you tell me, what is the literacy rate of Karnal?
Sir, it's 74%.
But it's a 10% lesser. It is 84%. From recent data, it has been observed that it is 84%. 74. From where did you get this data? 74%.
Sir, I googled this a few days ago.
Okay, it was written over there that is 74%.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, recheck it. Okay, I think it is
Sir,
84.
it was on the website. It was shown that the male literacy is 84%,
Okay.
and yes, sir, the overall literacy is 74%.
Okay, thank you very much. Tell me some places which are which I can visit if you come to if I come to Karnal.
Sir, there is Karna Lake that is famous.
Okay.
And then, sir, there is Noor Mahal also. It is one of the most renowned hotel in Karnal. People
Hotel.
tend to spend time. Yes, sir.
Okay.
And sir, there is Kalandar Shah tomb and Sita Mai temple also.
Who was Kalandar Shah?
Sir, it's basically a peer, like Hindu people, they believe in going to such places. I do not know
Okay.
about the history. Who was he?
I think he's a mystic saint. Okay, Sufi saint. Yeah. So
Okay, sir, I will read upon this.
I will read about it. What is the population of Karnal?
Sir, it's around 1.5 lakh, I guess.
3,57,000 is the population of Karnal. Okay. Or where is the headquarter of Karnal? District headquarter?
Sir, I'm not aware of it.
You are not aware of it. So tell me some three notable persons from Karnal.
Sir, one of the person is Kalpana Chawla,
Okay.
and sir, another one is sir. Sir, I'm not able to recall.
No issues. What is your take on a big issue that cropped in Haryana, regarding in the recent years regarding the arrest of Mr. Gurmeet Ram Rahim, that God man. What is your say about that whole event? What is your opinion?
Sir, I'm not aware of that issue actually.
So it became a big event. At that point of time, various curfew was imposed all around the almost 60-70% areas of Haryana. So, do you have idea about the women empowerment scheme by the Haryana government?
Women empowerment scheme.
Yeah. State scheme?
No, sir.
You do not have any idea? Huh? Okay. Do you have any idea about the Battle of Karnal?
Yes, sir. The Battle of Karnal was fought between Nadir Shah and Muhammad Shah in 1739.
So, okay, fine. That's really good. So, your father is private teacher.
Yes, sir.
Teaching is also a booming, business in these days. Okay, various agencies who is online platform, is on online platform and online teaching. They are really booming. So, like Unacademy and various other platforms are there. So, why didn't you try to pursue the profession your father is pursuing?
Sir, actually, I'm not interested in teaching because I know my potential is, I cannot even compare myself with my father because, sir, I am not as patient as a teacher should be.
So,
Sir,
see, when
is the
you
most difficult task.
okay, so you are not that patient and you cannot teach. I just want to, one thing I want to say that when you will be posted in a branch as a branch manager, if it is a rural branch or semi-urban branch, per day around 300 to 500 footfalls will be there, and varieties of persons, good people, bad people will come to you and try to pressurize you, try to make, try to compel you to work and try to, that situation is kind of mind-boggling to a branch manager. I was at that post, so I know it, and I was posted in some rural branches. So at that point of time, you will feel so helpless. So how will you, if you are not that patient, how will you manage that 500 people or around 300, 400 people in your branch?
Sir, I'm trying to inculcate that habit, and sir, I'm trying, I have experience as an HR executive of 3 months experience. So in that job, what I used to do is I used to interact with people and I used to take screening interviews of those candidates. So I know how to interact with people, and sir, I'm turning that this quality into my strongest quality.
Okay.
So I think I will be able to deal with that.
Okay, so further, Sasank sir will take the lead and ask some questions to you.
Okay.
Menakshi ji, namaskar.
Namaskar, sir.
Have you heard about domestic systematically important banks?
Yes, sir. These banks are also known as too big to fail banks. And if they will be failed, then it will impact our society badly.
It will impact our society badly. And recently, RBI has returned 3 banks as a DSIB.
Yes, sir.
Can you please tell the names of those 3 banks?
Sir, it's SBI, ICICI, and HDFC Bank.
Okay, good. Recently, Olympic has concluded. Okay.
Yes, sir.
India has won how many medals? That Olympic.
Sir,
Total number of medals?
7. 7. Yes, sir.
7.
Yes, sir.
And tell me the Olympic medalist from Haryana.
Sir, it's Neerav Chopra and Sir Ravi Kumar Dahiya.
Ravi Kumar Dahiya. And Neeraj Chopra won gold medal in which event?
Sir, in javelin throw.
Javelin throw. Okay. Meenakshi, could you please throw some light on CIBIL? Have you heard about this term, CIBIL?
Yes, sir. Sir, CIBIL is basically, what CIBIL do is it tells the credibility of a customer if he is eligible to take a loan or not. And it gives the score to these customer between 300 to 900. Yes, sir, that I know about CIBIL.
What range of CIBIL score is generally preferable? Suppose you join some bank as a branch head, what score will you insist upon to give us loan to some customer? The
Sir,
range of
as
score
far
you
as I know, it's around 650, I guess. Above 650 is the range that is preferred by the banks.
Okay. And one question: government has actually 2 days back has nominated one of its director on the SBI board.
Yes, sir.
Who was he? His name and present
Sir,
designation?
Sanjay, Mr. Sanjay, I do not know the last name. I guess it's Malhotra.
Yes, you are right, Sanjay Malhotra.
Yes, sir.
What is his current portfolio?
Sir, I do not know about that.
Okay, he's a DFS chairman.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And next, to tell me, who was the first governor of RBI?
Sir, it was Lord Osborne Smith.
Okay. And when nationalization took place of RBI?
Sir, in 1949.
Okay, 1949. Could you tell me the name of any female governor of RBI?
Sir, I'm not able to recall her name right now.
How would you will be able to recall her name, as no female has been appointed till date as a governor of RBI? Okay, no problem. What is the present level of forex reserve of India? You must have heard about forex.
Yes, sir.
What is the total forex
Sir,
of
I'm
India?
not aware of it. I haven't read this.
Okay, note it down. $630 billion US dollar.
Okay, sir.
And which country is at the helm of forex reserve? Tell me the country who's having the highest reserve of forex.
USA?
No, it's China.
Okay.
Its total forex reserve is $3.2 trillion as of today.
Okay, sir. I'll check this.
Okay, Meenakshi. Government has recently put a ban on Chinese apps. What is the total number of apps
Sir,
that have been banned
54.
by?
54.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell me, Meenakshi, when did the first nationalization of private sector banks took place in India?
Sir, if we see it from the first nationalization was in 1949, that time RBI was nationalized. But if we take the example of other banks, like 14 banks were nationalized in 1969.
1969.
That is the, yes, sir, 1969.
And the second one took place when?
Sir, in 1980. At that time, 6 banks were nationalized.
6 banks nationalized. Okay. Okay, Meenakshi, tell me one thing. You basically hail from Karnal.
Yes, sir.
I do believe that this is a urban area, urban or semi-urban area.
Yes, sir.
Suppose after joining a certain bank as a provisionary officer, bank initially gives you posting at a very far-flung area, say northeastern part of our country, northeastern states, or any rural area of some distant state. So how will you cope up with that situation?
Sir, earlier I was living in Kunjpura. It's a village area near Karnal. So, sir, I know the culture of a rural area. I know like what kind of people reside there and like how I will be dealing with that. I have seen that from like I've seen that grassroots level of people. So I think I will be able to manage that area.
Grassroots people. Okay. So tell me any 2 challenges that you will face during your posting as a provisionary officer or management trainee in any bank. 2 challenges. If you are posted in a rural branch, 2 challenges
That I will face.
Yes.
Sir, on my part, I will try to minimize the challenges that I will be going to face. But I think the most prominent change that I will be facing is Sir, I cannot tell that right now.
Okay, no problem.
Because only after working I will be able to know what kind of challenges I will be facing.
The first major hurdle that we as a bankers face in our rural posting is make rural customer make understand various banking related operations. Suppose there is a regular connectivity issue, link failure, all these situations, circumstances put a major obstacle in your day-to-day operations. And in most of the cases, villagers are basically illiterate. They will not understand what the link problem is, what is the connectivity issue. They just say they demand that आप मेरा पैसा जमा करें. That is their one line question. They don't know what is the link issue or all that. First, second one is achievement of targets. Your circle head or zonal head will give you the targets that are literally not possible, not practicable to achieve. Suppose in any rural branch, banks give you target of, say, sanctioning of 5 car loans or any other retail loans, housing loan or education loan. So in agriculture, in rural areas also, that you can say the problem regarding achievement of targets will be there. You have to face all these challenges. Generally, in rural areas, there is a focus on agricultural credit. Retail portfolio somehow gets adversely affected. Okay, now tell me, put some light on repo rate and reverse repo rate.
So repo rate is basically the monetary instrument through which RBI manage the liquidity in the economy, and it is known as the repurchase rate at which the commercial bank they take credit from RBI, and so reverse repo rate is the rate at which the commercial bank they park their surplus funds with RBI.
Okay. So have these rates been changed by the RBI in its last monetary policy committee?
No, sir. They are still the constant.
Okay. Put some light on a primary market and secondary market.
Sir, I'm not aware of it. I'll read up on this.
Okay, no issue. Menakshi, tell me, what is the difference between current account and savings account?
So current account are basically for carrying out a business activity and to carry out like day-to-day transaction. There is no limit on like what transaction you are carrying out, whatever number of transaction you are carrying out in a day in these kind of bank, and no interest is paid by the bank in these kind of account. And coming to saving account, there is some like interest is paid by the banks to the customer, and they are basically launched in order to inculcate the saving habit in people.
Saving habit in people. Okay. Now tell me, what is the total level of NPA in banking sectors, especially if we talk about public sector banks? The percentage of NPA.
The percentage of NPA. Sir, I'm not able to recall that right now, but I have read about it.
Okay. No problem. And Menakshi, regarding your portfolio in a bank after you join as a provisionary officer, I give you a case study.
Okay, sir.
Suppose any customer visits your branch for, say, education loan. Okay, what are the 3 parameters that you will judge? You will test before sanctioning, before extending an education loan to that customer? 3 parameters or 3 aspects.
Sir, I think the first parameter would be the institution in which he is going to take admission.
Okay.
And sir, if he get placement, then if he will be able to pay the loans after that or not. And yes, sir, that's all I can right now think of.
Net worth of their parents.
Okay, sir.
Because whatever the tenure of the education loan will be, the interest servicing will have to be done by their parents.
Okay, sir.
Okay. I do think that I have finished with my own questions.
Okay.
I wish you very good luck, and I
Thank you,
also
sir.
give you feedback.
Okay.
One
Sure.
thing that I have observed is throughout your interview, you have very good communication skills. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Initially, Pratyush sir has tried his level best to make you comfortable. That is already give option to you whether you can communicate English or in Hindi, whatever language you are comfortable with. But I can see throughout your interview, you spoke very well in English. That's a very positive aspect of your interview. And regarding banking affairs, you hold a very sound knowledge of all banking terminologies. Few areas that need attention is already shared by Pankaj Jha sir. Work on that.
Yes, sir.
And lastly, I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I leave.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Shashank sir. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Now, Pragya ma'am will. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
hi Menakshi.
Hello, ma'am.
First of all, many congratulations for clearing your mains exam.
Thank you,
So,
ma'am.
you are still charged up. Can I ask a question? Energy low तो नहीं हो गई आपकी?
No, ma'am.
ओके. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल एक थोड़ा मैंने ऑब्जर्व किया जो शशांक सर ने आपको केस स्टडी बता रहे थे, तो he has given an example of a student coming to your bank. You were using he should pay. That can be a girl or a boy, and
Yes.
तो आपको मतलब you should not generalize it as a like a male student ही आ रहे हैं बैंक में. That ये ऐसा थोड़ा सा ये you can say कि you are from हरियाणा और वहाँ जहाँ लड़कियों को थोड़ा जैसा हम न्यूज में देखते हैं, you should be taking a charge कि हाँ एक मतलब लड़की को प्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं और मतलब you should not differentiate he or she, दोनों यूज कर सकते हैं या जनरल स्टूडेंट के टर्म में. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई विल बी asking, or I am interested in knowing why this transition from a science student to a banking sector. Why this sudden transition you are having? Actually, you have done botany honors that your biodata is telling. So why this transition from a science student to a banking sector? Why this sudden transition?
Initially, I planned to pursue like research. Like I wanted to make my career in research field, but when I did a project in Jawaharlal Nehru University,
yes,
then only I realized that this is not like somewhere where I want to be in the coming future, where I want to see myself.
Okay.
So I had like my plan B. I like on that time I had in my mind that my plan B would be I will get a job and I will establish myself financially somewhere.
Okay.
So yes, ma'am. And ma'am, in banking sector, what we see is the recruitment cycle is fast compared to any other sector. And ma'am, the growth opportunities are also huge in banking sector. So that's why I chose this field.
Okay. So, but right now I will be asking few basic questions from your botany actually, because you have your graduation in that field. So first of all, can you define botany for me? What is botany? What do you know about botany? What is botany?
It's a branch of biology that basically deals with the study of plants.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. So if I'm using a word planty, so am I referring to a species, genus, or a kingdom? What is planty term stand for? Is it a species, genus, or kingdom? What it is related with? Planty. Yes.
It's a family, I think.
No, actually, planty is a kingdom. Planty is a kingdom. You can
in the end, it's AE.
Yes,
Plante.
because yes, yes.
We used to call it plante.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So, can you give me the scientific name of tomato?
Tomato.
Yeah.
I do not know, ma'am.
Any one plant name you can give its scientific name. Just for
Mangifera
example.
indica.
Okay.
Mangifera indica. It's mango.
Okay. 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 So Magniferum indica you are telling. So which is the genus here and what is the species here? Actually, this scientific name is composed of genus and species.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
which is genus here and what stands for species here? Magniferous indica in this.
Mangifera is the genus and
Yeah.
indica is the species.
Okay. Okay. Good. So you must have done some basic test to know the presence of starch, like working in botany laboratory. The
Yes,
presence
ma'am.
of starch in potato. This is very basic uh, uh, experiment. So, which element is used to check this starch presence? Can you suggest which element is used for this experiment for just starch test? Presence of starch.
For presence of starch.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
Oh,
about it. Like,
so it's iodine. Iodine.
yes, ma'am,
Iodine
iodine.
is used. It changes the color of potato. Must have done that
Yes, ma'am.
experiment. So can you do you know about plant kingdom classification? Can you classify the plant kingdom? What classification the plant kingdom has been grouped into? Can
Uh,
can you recall?
uh, Cryptogams and phanerogams. And the phanerogams are further classified into uh, monocots and dicots. Now, angiosperm and gymnosperms.
Yeah.
And in gymnosperms, then comes the no in angiosperm, then come monocot and dicot.
Mhm.
And in cryptogams comes the thallophyta, bryophyta, pteridophyta,
Very
and then yes, ma'am, and then
Okay.
algae also come under thallophyta.
Okay. So algae is considered as a plant, So
Yes.
can you just give me a major difference in a plant cell or animal cell? Can you suggest the major difference?
The major difference is of cell wall. In plant cell wall is there made up of cellulose, while in
Mm,
animal cell it's not there.
Okay. And about chloroplast, chloroplast is present in animals also?
No, it's not present in animal
Okay.
cells.
So what is chloroplast? Can you put some light on this? What is chloroplast?
Chloroplast is a double-layered membrane in plant cells, and basically the like chlorophyll is present in chloroplast.
So it will be related to photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis.
What is photosynthesis?
It's a reaction that is used by the plants in order to make the food material,
Okay.
like in the presence of sunlight and
Yeah.
water and carbon dioxide.
Yes. The light energy is changed into chemical energy.
Chemical energy.
Yeah. So which gas is liberated during this process, photosynthesis?
Oxygen, ma'am. Oxygen is
Okay.
liberated.
Okay. Can you tell me about the tissue responsible for food and water transport in plants? Tissues.
It's yes, ma'am. For water transportation, it's xylem,
Yeah.
and for water transportation, it's phloem.
Okay. Good. Good. Can you tell me the main parts of flower? Any flower, main parts.
In flowers, there is sepals, then petals, also known as calyx and corolla, and there is stigma, style, and ovary.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Stamen, carpels. You can take name of those. So, can you tell me about the contribution of Jagdish Chandra Bose in plant? What J.C. Bose have done in this area, botany? Major
No,
contribution. So he was the person who actually suggested or proved that plant has life. This is a major contribution of Jagdish Chandra Bose. And have you heard of Green Revolution?
Yes, ma'am.
So what it is?
A green revolution was the change in the technologies in order to enhance the quantity of the food grains that we were initially producing.
Mhm.
So it was started in 1960, and in India it was started by MS Swaminathan.
Okay. What was the major crops which were considered in this green revolution? What was the major
Wheat.
crops?
It
Wheat
was
and
wheat.
wheat
Rice.
and rice. Yeah, good. Okay, so I think she is good enough in basics of botany also, in with combination of the banking, basic knowledges of banking also. So I am done from my
Okay.
side. Very all the best to you, Minakshi, and you will really will do well in your interview. So have the confidence and all the best.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
So, Pragya
So
will leave or will stay here?
I think I will be leaving. Okay.
Okay, fine. So,
Okay. Huh. Carry on. You can carry on. Okay.
okay.
Bye.
Thank you, Pragya.
Okay.
Pankaj?
हाँ, so बहुत अच्छा इंटरव्यू था मीनाक्षी. I'm really impressed by the thorough knowledge you have across the different subjects, and then your communication skill as well. So really very impressive. Okay,
Thank you,
you
sir.
just need to work on the financial things that I suggested few earlier. You just work on that, and I think you will go through. Definitely.
Thank you, sir.
So yeah. So any feedback from
Yeah, I'll give some feedback.
Yeah.
Okay, you will stay?
Yeah, if I'm there, if you want, or
Okay, fine. It's no issue. So see, Meenakshi, we have conducted this video, this whole interview so long of around 1 hour, 1 hour 5 minutes. That's the reason behind it, that we want to cover maximum questions and maximum sections. So that is why we have got the subject expert, we have got the financial market experts. Okay, so that is why that when you enter in the real cabin or real interview, you must not have that kind of nervousness. Okay, there your interview will have the tenure of around 5 to 15 minutes. ठीक है, वहां पे इतना लंबा इंटरव्यू नहीं होता है किसी का भी. ये मॉक है, तो आपको ये बताने के लिए, समझाने के लिए ये पूरा लर्निंग सेशन की तरह मैंने इसको डिजाइन किया है कि बच्चों को जनरली क्या होता है कि बच्चे आए, जैसा मॉक इंटरव्यू में भी 10-15 मिनट में उनको निकाल दिया, फिर एक दो चीजें बताई कि ये है सही है, ये गलत है, वो खत्म करके फिर हटा दिया. ठीक है, आपसे क्वेश्चन पूछा जा सकता है, आपके जो ग्रेजुएशन करा है आपने उस पर पूछा जा सकता है, आपने जो अभी प्रेजेंटली कोई काम किया है उससे पूछा जा सकता है, फिनेंशियल मार्केट, बैंकिंग मार्केट, सिक्योरिटी मार्केट और इंश्योरेंस मार्केट का क्वेश्चन तो पूछ ही सकते हैं, करंट अफेयर्स का क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं. ठीक है ना. तो इन सब चीजों को मैंने कोशिश की है कि मैं सब लोगों को लेके आऊं ताकि आपसे सब कुछ पूछा जा सके. ठीक है, ताकि आप स्ट्रेसफुल वहां फील ना करें. ठीक है, अभी मैंने 2-3 चीजें देखी हैं कि सिक्योरिटी मार्केट का कुछ टर्म्स है, उसको आप थोड़ा सा देख लेंगे. ठीक है ना. आपको मैंने सिक्योरिटी मार्केट से रिलेटेड एक टर्मिनोलॉजी का एक पीडीएफ मैंने ग्रुप पे डाल दिया है, आप उसको देख लीजिएगा. उसमें डीप में नहीं जाना है आपको बस जो सिमिलर टर्म्स कुछ सुनती रहती हैं आप, जो पेपर्स में पढ़ती रहती हैं, उनको एक बार देख लीजिएगा. माइट भी वो पूछ दे. ठीक है ना. अभी एक चीज और मैंने देखी कि आप जब क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है तो आप साथ में वो रिपीट भी करती हैं. जैसे कि मैंने देखा कि मैम ने पूछा था प्रेरणा मैम कि प्रायोरिटी सेक्टर लैंडिंग, तो आपने कहा प्रायोरिटी सेक्टर लैंडिंग मैम, देन यू स्टार्टेड आंसरिंग. तो ये चीज थोड़ा सा कोशिश कीजिए कि कुछ कभी मैंने ये देखा आपने कि आपने वो पूरा क्वेश्चन को रिपीट किया, फिर से आपने वो बोला. ठीक है ना. तो वो उसको जैसे उन्होंने बोला कि जैसे क्रिप्टो करेंसी, तो आपने बोला क्रिप्टो करेंसी सर, ओके, तो फिर आपने स्टार्ट करा. तो उसको मत कोशिश कीजिए कि वो ना रहे. ठीक है. और लाइक करंट अफेयर्स को थोड़ा सा 3 मंथ का करंट अफेयर थोड़ा देख लीजिए, और जो मतलब इंटरव्यू जिस दिन है उससे 1 वीक पहले का पेपर सब देख लीजिएगा, वो जरूर पूछ सकते हैं वो आपसे. ठीक है. एंड अब ऐसा कुछ तो है नहीं जो मुझे लगता है कि और कुछ आपको जानने की जरूरत है। जितना है, जहां तक आपने एक शशांक सर ने एक क्वेश्चन पूछा था आपको कि क्या चैलेंजेस आप फेस करेंगी, ठीक है, तो आपने आपने जो आंसर दिया था दैट वाज परफेक्ट, ओके। वो बस उन्होंने अपना रियल एक्सपीरियंस बताया, ठीक है ना। आपने जो भी आंसर दिया था वो परफेक्ट था, ठीक है। आपको बैंकिंग को किसी तरह से भी निगेटिव पेज में नहीं लेके जाना है, उसको ऐसा निगेटिव इमेज नहीं दिखना चाहिए कि आपको चैलेंज मिलेगा, आपको कुछ ऐसा गलत हो सकता है या ऐसा कुछ। आप सिंपली बोलें कि हाँ सर, मैं जो उस समय होगा एज ए कैंडिडेट, एज ए स्टूडेंट, तो मैं नहीं ऐसा कुछ देख पा रही हूँ, लेकिन जो होगा आई एम pretty confident that I will manage it. So all the things which I have passed, like prelims and mains, that was also hurdle for in my life, kind of hurdle. But to compete and coming to this interview and sitting in front of honorable members like you was also kind of hurdle in my professional life. तो मैंने उसको पार किया है, तो मैं आगे भी पार करने के बारे में श्योर हूँ कि आगे भी कुछ आएगा तो मैं उसको पार कर लूंगी, ठीक है ना। तो आप इस तरह से बोलें, कभी भी फिनेंशियल मार्केट को या फिनेंशियल इंडस्ट्री को किसी भी निगेटिव टर्म में नहीं वहां पे करना। आपने परफेक्टली बोला, मैं बस ये बता रहा हूँ, ठीक है ना। और बाद बाकी तो सब ठीक है। मीनाक्षी, यू आर रियली गुड एंड यू रियली गुड फेच गुड मार्क्स इन इंटरव्यू, ओके। आप ऐसे ही इसी तरह से रहें, कूल एंड काम। काफी टाइम हो गया है और थोड़ा सा मैं फीडबैक आपसे भी लेना चाहूंगा पूरे पैनल के बारे में और पूरा इंटरव्यू जो कंडक्ट हुआ उसके बारे में थोड़ी सी बात आप कहें, आपकी तरफ से थोड़ी फीडबैक अगर रहे तो।
सर, मेरे अकॉर्डिंग आपने जो इंटरव्यू कंडक्ट कराया है बहुत ही अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस था। आपने फीडबैक भी इतने पॉजिटिव दिए और सर आपने जहाँ पर मैंने मिस्टेक की वो भी काफ़ी अच्छा। सर, इतना अच्छे तरीके से फ्रेम मुझे नहीं लगता कोई भी प्लेटफॉर्म सच में अभी तक करा रहा है इस तरह के मॉक इंटरव्यू, लाइक पूरे पैनल के साथ। सर, मुझे तो काफ़ी पॉजिटिव वाइब्स आई इस इंटरव्यू से और सर मेरा कॉन्फिडेंस भी काफ़ी बूस्ट हुआ।
नहीं, आपके पास नॉलेज है इसीलिए आप कॉन्फिडेंट है। आपने नॉलेज को ब्रश अप करते रहिए, एकदम डीप में जाने की जरूरत नहीं है, कहीं भी नहीं, बस पढ़िए और उसको ध्यान में रखिए बस, ठीक है। और आप
फाइनेंशियल पे थोड़ा ध्यान दीजिए।
हाँ, फाइनेंशियल वाला जो पेज है वो पढ़ते रहिए।
मैंने अभी टॉपिक्स पढ़े नहीं है, कवर नहीं किए हैं, तो मैं इनको अभी कवर करने का सोच रही थी एक दो दिन।
आप उसको, हाँ, आपको जो मैंने सिक्योरिटी मार्केट और इंश्योरेंस मार्केट का टर्म दिया है ना, बस उसको आप देख जाइए, ठीक है। और बस आज से लेके आपका एग्जाम कब है?
24th को सर।
24th को। आज टुडे इज 18th, ठीक है। तो इस 6 दिन के बीच में आप जितना भी फिनेंशियल वाला पेज होगा ना, आप उसको एक बार जरूर देखना, ठीक है। वो पूछ सकते हैं वो, ठीक है। चलिए, बहुत बहुत थैंक यू मीनाक्षी। इट वाज, हाँ बोलिए।
थैंक यू मीनाक्षी।
और it was really good experience. It was nice talking to you. You are really nice person. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.